Hi everybody, Nicole here from Momtrends, and let's say you're getting ready for swimsuit season, or perhaps you've got a big trip coming up, or maybe you want to lose those last 5 to 10 pounds of weight that you put on after you had a baby. We've got some easy tips. It's not a diet. There's simple ways that can be integrated into what you're doing now so you can lose those last couple pounds, feel great without having to go on the D word. So the first 3 tips all involve what you're drinking. My first go-to tip is before you eat anything, drink a glass of water first. It's going to take up a little bit of space in your stomach and you're going to assess whether you were thirsty or hungry before you dig in. The second tip is to drink 0-calorie beverages whenever you can. For me, that means seltzer or iced tea. And if you need to get a little bit more flavor, keep a lot of citrus around the house. A little bit of fresh squeezed lemon or lime will go a long way to adding a punch of flavor without adding any calories. And then the last one, if you're going to be drinking wine, you gotta pick. It's either gonna be dessert or wine. You can't have both. You can't really have your cake and eat it too. So if you've got a sweet tooth, then just say, you know what, I'm not gonna have a cocktail. If you're gonna have a cocktail, don't have the sweet tooth. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is eating when they have a screen in front of them. It can be your phone, it can be your television. You could be watching one of my YouTube videos and forget that you've just eaten 2 brownies. So focus on what you're doing, that is eating, and not at what you're watching. So put the screens down when you're eating. Next tip, before I have any meal, I always make sure I'm seated. If I'm preparing stuff for the kids and I'm standing in the kitchen or I'm making their lunches, working on breakfast, it's mindless eating. So I always make sure that I'm sitting down if I'm going to have a meal. It's a lot more purposeful and mindful. You're more aware of what you're consuming. If you're standing up, you're gonna put a lot of things in there that you might not otherwise ingest. These next tips are all about the carbohydrates. Number 1, skip the kiddie snacks. It's really fun to have those little goldfish around and crackers and cheese and all those little fun bite-sized things, but even though they're small, they are still packed with calories. So leave the kid snacks to the kids and you get to eat real food. The next tip is bread. I remember when I was growing up, we used to have a bread basket on the table at dinner every night, and it was definitely filling if that's what you're going for, but it's not the best way to keep pounds off and keep nice and lean. So I definitely save the bread consumption for special occasions when we're going out to restaurants, and it's there for sandwiches, but the bread is not a side dish, and don't make it one. When you're trying to lose weight, a great tip is to start and finish with the green stuff or the vegetables on your plate. So you might have a well-balanced plate. You're gonna have your greens, maybe a little bit of carbohydrates, a little bit of protein. Start with the green stuff and end with the green stuff. That way, if you're still a little bit hungry or peckish, you're going back for the things that are packed with the most nutrients and also the least calories. This next one might be a little bit intuitive, but don't put junk into your cupboards, especially if you think it's going to be something that's going to be fun for the kids or a great snack for them. You know what, you can let them have the fun stuff at other people's houses. You can keep your cupboard snacked with great nutritious items. If it's not in the closet, if it's not in the refrigerator, you're not going to eat it. So don't think that food is meant to be fun. It's meant to be nutritious, it's meant to be nourishing, and leave the fun stuff to other families. And my last tip, and this is the best one, this is definitely the no-fail tip, it is to brush and floss your teeth right after eating. So after we have a meal, a big meal, I go right in, I brush my teeth, I floss, and then I'll use a mouthwash at the end. And basically, I'm just too lazy to eat again after this. So once I've done all of that work, it's very unlikely that I'm gonna snack. So a little laziness goes a long way to keeping the pounds off. So there you have it, my 10 steps. It's not gonna cost you any money. It's not a diet plan. These are just simple things that you can do to lose those last 5 or 10 pounds, stay nice and lean and healthy, and you'll look great whether you're going on a trip or you just wanna look fantastic in your best every day. If you wanna see more of these videos, please subscribe to our channel. We're all about making your lifestyle as fabulous as it can be. And if you have comments on something else you'd like to see, leave us a note below and we'll be sure to try and answer it in an upcoming video.